Oh, I don't even know what to say. We got to get better. That's all. Looked a little bit more like ourselves, but still got a long way to go.
Dan, when you look at tonight, and you mentioned it looked a little bit more like yourselves, from an energy standpoint, obviously the first 12 to 15 minutes of the game offensively didn't, it still looked kind of like you all were trying to find yourself. But at the same time, it seemed like the energy and the scrappiness of the team sort of kept you all in it at that point.
Well, we brought George in, and he brought the energy with him. And I think we went, if you're going to play big and start out in the zone, it's a little bit of a slower game. Then you have to execute. You have to hit shots. You can't, when there are fewer possessions, then mistakes are critical. Any mistake. When you have more possessions, you have a chance maybe to have a couple of mistakes that don't hurt you as bad. So, we got to make a decision, as to what team can keep pushing the pace like we always have and play at our pace and not let them dictate it. Although, they slow you down because they play so good defensively. I thought we played good. We took him out to the end of shot clocks a lot of times. So, again, we made some key mistakes by 2 or 3 players, and somehow we got to work through that. But we're going to keep the pace and keep that energy going. I think you'll see these kids turn this season around.
Coach, even though you guys did lose that game, I mean, it did feel like, going along with the energy, it felt like you guys were starting to hit those strides and stuff. Is that promising at all as you guys look towards Rice?
I gotta have something promising so I go home and get through the night. Hey, it's been, the dreams haven't been good in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, again, you got to have the memory of a goldfish. It's over. You got to go to the next one. And I've always been a positive person. I've never wanted to live my life in fear or worrying about making mistakes and worried about this. I've always kind of felt like next day is going to be better than today. Next 10 minutes going to be better than these 10 minutes. So I've always been there. It's kind of my personality. I can't live another way. I wouldn't be happy. Some people, maybe they can. I can't. So I'm going to go home and regroup, think about what we did. I look at the mistakes tomorrow, not as regretting what happened, but looking at finding the mistakes so that we're going to get better. It's always about what's next, not, okay, we did this. Gosh, I feel, we should have, no, it's more like we made that mistake. We need to do this and practice, correct it, and let's move forward. And I've always kind of been like that, whether it be paying my American Express bill or coaching this, which is too high most of the time. But I don't go, I go, what do we spend it for? Let's enjoy it. So, I'm one of those.
Kind of going off of that, Tavion was saying that you were talking about how they have slow starts and stuff, and you guys need to fix that. Obviously, tonight was another slower start for you guys. So into practice tomorrow, how are you guys going to fix that? How are you going to prepare these guys to come out on Saturday against Rice and get the ball rolling early?
Well, it might have to do with personnel and how we're playing. So we'll probably correct it through personnel and start out in the man, see what happens instead of a zone, and see what happens. But, we got to, there's been the toughest part about coaching this season has been just trying to figure out what they're going to do next. I've never had that since I've been here or in high school. It's been difficult. So, it is what it is. So I got to find the players that will let me coach so that I know they're going to do what the coach is doing and not look out there and go, what happened? So we got to work at that, and got to get the personnel that'll do that. That's on me. Again, Tavion's always said, if you start right, you end right. I always say that about plays mostly. It's like when you're starting a set or a play, if you don't do the first pick right, the last one usually doesn't work either. So you got to start and make it work at the very beginning. And he took it to a game, but we have to, we just have to be a better coached basketball team. Either I got to get it across better, or they've got to pick it up better, or I got to have the right guys who can pick it up. And we're making a lot of mental mistakes that are costing these last few games.
When you look at David Early, guy that tonight played almost 30 minutes, he the other night, I think 8 assists, 1 turnover. What is David doing well right now that is earning your all's trust so far?
Well, I didn't think he played real well tonight. He was 1 of 6 and two assists and two steals. He didn't have any turnovers. That's one good thing about David. And we're maybe using him a little bit more at point. And the reason is he doesn't turn the ball over. You know, he's pretty solid. He's big. It's hard to knock him off. He can get the first pass started. A lot of times I've had him up on top. If you've noticed, I moved Andy side a little bit and let David enter the passes to Tavion. And basically because he's strong with the ball and he doesn't get himself in jams. He can hold the defense off. So we're going to use him more and more as a point. He didn't play that in high school. It's going to be new for him. But I think he can, he's got the right pace. He's a little bit like Jared. He's not too fast, but he's fast enough. And that'll calm us down, I think, get Andy and Tavion off the ball where they can score the ball a little bit more.
Dan, it seems like part of the issue is if Tavion has a good game or Andrew or Obina, you don't have 3 or 4 guys to complement him. Is that sort of what you're seeing? Like not enough guys playing well at the same time?
Well, without a question. And you have to, when you say play well, whether it's 2 or 4 points, if you compete well, you'll probably play well. And we've had a hard time getting people mentally focused to compete well. And it kind of gets all over the place. And that's been the hardest thing here is trying to figure out. One, you know, our older guys, I'm having trouble figuring that out. And if I go to the bench, they're all freshmen. And then, you know, that comes with the territory. When you say freshman, you get those things. When you have to go more than 1 or 2 freshmen or two freshmen on the floor, it's tough in this league because everybody's older. We're probably outside of, we might be one of the youngest teams, if not the youngest team in the league. I'm not sure, but I do know that we have like 5 freshmen. It makes it difficult when you go to the bench and you're bringing in freshmen and you don't want mistakes because even when they play good, as Bobby Knight said, you know, the good thing about a freshman, he's going to be a sophomore. So, you know, it's just one of those things, you know, but you got a good point. We got to get, I hope George can maintain his play. You know, he's been hurt and banged up for a month and sick. So it's been tough on him, but looks like we got him back. If he can maintain his level, keep Obina in the game, get him to, you know, get through this sophomore end and more like a junior and have his play level off at 15, 16 points a game, we can count on it. And I think you'll see this team make a turn because it looked like Tavion has found his way. You know, he's gotten back to being Tavion. That's the last 2 games. So second half of the last game and this game. I want to make sure I get that right. Somebody will call me out on it. Keith will call me out, put it on the news. Coach D'Antoni forgot about the first half. He must be getting old. I know how that goes. Anything else?